Good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. This is John Paul Rai, and I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. So we got the news that James Gunn is now going to work for the DC universe, or Warner Brothers, you could say. So that means a video I made that said James Gunn is James Dunn is now wrong, as are quite a few other videos, probably. Anyway, I got a little article here from Deadline Hollywood, and yeah, let's just jump into it. Short little article, have a few things to say. James Gunn has been hired by Warner Brothers and DC to write with an eye to direct the next installment of the Suicide Squad franchise. It's the first job he's taken since he parted ways with Disney. No shit. I get which let him go from the lucrative Guardians of the Galaxy franchise in July in the wake of the old controversial tweets that had been compiled by alt-right journalists and sent to Disney. So they're old tweets now. So this video was being made, I don't know, somewhere around 6 weeks, 5 weeks after the tweets, but I guess they're just old now. And this article's basically just news, but they still have to sneak in their shill-like things about James Gunn. And, you know, it's so hard for mass media or popular media to just be negative about Disney and their employees, or whatever you want to say. I mean, they have to say alt-right journalists reported this thing about James Gunn as if, you know, it wasn't just everybody reporting it anyway. And they have to say old controversial tweets as if they're just old and they're somehow irrelevant now. Alright, so let's get to the part that shows us probably what they really care about in Hollywood. Gunn's departure was a shocking one. Not so shocking for some of us. But numerous studio execs told Deadline that they were eager to try to find a project with Gunn, who'd written and was expected to direct Third Guardians after his film's $773 million global gross was surpassed by the first sequel, which grossed $863 million worldwide. So basically they just said that, well, he got fired from Disney, but a bunch of other execs wanted him because look at the money that Guardians made. Forget about the controversy behind him. Forget about thinking about what type of person he is. You know, I really can't say 100% that he's actually at fault for something that's illegal or that he actually did something to someone terrible, but is this really the character that you want as a director for your franchise? So down in this next part of the article, they say in so many words that James Gunn is the exception for filmmakers who have kind of been caught up in these provocative scandals and kind of caught doing things that make them look bad. And I would guess, just a wild guess here, that he's the exception because of how much money that the Guardians of the Galaxy made, which is what they just said. So, yeah, I mean, just apparently studios just ultimately care about money more than anything else. Even just, I don't know, like basic human mannerism. Like not taking pictures about pedophilia. Like, is there anything, you know, sacred to these people? So, of course, at the end, they have, you know, James Gunn's very, very sympathetic statement to everybody, which, does he care? I mean, who knows? My thing is this, my personal thing is this. When someone says something this dramatic and they give such an apology that it probably isn't real. I mean, if you want to say something real and honest, just say what you were thinking at the time. Don't give all these wishy-washy words. Here, I'll read some of it. Gunn himself wrote, "My words of nearly a decade ago were at the time totally failed and unfortunate efforts to be provocative. Yeah. I have regretted them for many years since, not just because they were stupid, not at all funny, wildly insensitive, and certainly not provocative like I had hoped, but also because they don't reflect the person I am today or have been for some time. Regardless of how much time has passed, I understand and accept the business decisions taken today. Even these many years later, I take full responsibility for the way I conducted myself then. All I can do now, beyond offering my sincere and heartfelt regret, is to be the best human being I can be, accepting, understanding, committed to equality, and far more thoughtful about my public statements and my obligations to our public discourse, to everyone inside my industry and beyond, I again offer my deepest apologies. Love to all. Wow, that is one big, deep, heartfelt apology. And if that were me personally, yes, I'd say a few things like that, but I'd probably just try to say what I was honestly thinking at the time. You know, look, I probably, got a little too drunk. I took a joke too far. It was distasteful, and I really didn't mean it. I sincerely regret it. Boom. Something like that. That would just feel more honest. I mean, just this long, poetic, wish-washy... Ugh. Anyway, the fact of reality is we don't have evidence that James Gunn did anything physical with anyone or anything actually illegal. So for that, I can't say 100%, I hate the guy or let's boycott every movie he does or whatever. But let's just say it's pretty shady. It's not normal, and why not just get someone else to do it? You guys let me know what you think of James Gunn in the comments. This community is growing little by little. Please consider clicking subscribe, and I will see you next time.